Okay, we made her back from our commercial. Bradley, you have Bean of the Week.
No, I don't.
You don't?
Nope.
You're not
I didn't do it this week.
Why not?
It's April Fool's Day.
Oh, it is, isn't it? I forgot all about that.
I know, and that was the shortest thing I could come up with here, realizing, wait a minute, I didn't plan no skit here to harass Randy.
You know, and I should have been on top of it better because the Bible is full of things about fools and foolishness and stuff like that. And, you know, I'm not looking at you while I'm talking about that.
Maybe if you would have done your homework and been more prepared, you could have done something.
I need to check the calendar more often.
Yes.
I kind of forgot about that. But you do have...
I do have a Bean of the Week.
And also...
I can't hear him.
We have Jackie coming up here in a little bit. We want to get to talking to her, too.
All right. We've got the Bean of the Week. We have the WX7306.
Way to go.
And Miles is just flying around me, hitting bells and whistles and all sorts of good stuff. If he gives me a hug, I'm going to scream.
You were patting my back earlier.
Well, you said I could shock the board, so, I mean...
Jackie, cover your ears and eyes. They're frightening.
And now he's got mood lighting going
They're
on.
They're frightening in here.
Back to our Bean of the Week.
We do have a show going on here, gentlemen.
It is a 3-0. It is a gray bean. It has medium height, and it is medium bush. And
3-0.
3-0.
That's an early booger.
Well, unless you're planting it in the northern area or north
wheat.
end. We're looking for something to go to wheat.
Yep, that works.
You know, or maybe you just need to be the first person on the, along the highway to cut a field of beans. Or to have the first field of beans turning, you want to plant 40 acres to be that first person. Maybe this 3-0 is the bean for you.
Is there people that do that?
Well, we just got to get the combine out and try it.
I know. We got to go.
Got to go.
Got to
get
go.
her done. So that is our 3-0. Glide tolerant, got decent seed size on it, I believe.
Yeah, it's around that 2,800, around the 140,000 in a bag mark. 30 something thereabouts, $30.
All right,
that ought to work, guys. So if you're looking for something to plant wheat, that'll work.
Yep.
Okay.
There's some lime on it.
Yes, there's lime on it.
Put green lime on it, right, Miles? That's our new agronomist.
I think Miles is thinking about St. Patrick's Day instead of April Fool's Day.
He's going to have green lime Jell-O afterwards, right? Okay, good. Okay, Bradley, now let's pay attention.
Okay.
We talked about Pharm Dog, Pharm. We've got Jackie Allenbrand here to tell us all about Pharm Dog. Welcome to our show, Jackie.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
You're very welcome. We appreciate you taking time to come out and be on here and explain to us a little bit about this. I know it's an important cause.
Well, we think so.
Yeah. And it's gotten a lot of recognition on a national level, right?
Yes. In 2015, the fall of 2015, NBC News, national news, came out to one of the farms and did some coverage, stayed 8 hours, and from New York City they came out.
Oh, wow.
And we got 2 minutes of airtime, which we appreciated.
Sure. What did they do? Tell us us about Pharm Dog.
Well, first off, Pharm Dog, PHARM, stands for Pets Helping Agriculture in Rural Missouri. And what we do is we train dogs for farmers that are dealing with a disability or an illness, injury, that need the assistance of what we call a four-legged farm hand.
Yeah.
And so we train border collies to help them with herding purposes. And we use labs or lab mixes, say from shelters, and we train them to help with mobility and retrieving tools and carrying buckets and even taught a dog to open a farm gate at one time.
Really?
So just anything that will save them some time and energy, and they can use that elsewhere.
Why do you use those breeds?
Well, we use border collies just because they are one of the smartest breeds. Actually, they've done some research on border collies.
I've read that.
Yeah, and we have those on our farm. We have 3 border collies on our farm, and we know how helpful they are to us with our cow-calf operation, and so that's why we went with the border collie. And a couple of our trainers raise border collies. And then Labrador retrievers are good dogs, have a great temperament, pretty laid back once they mature. and have a strong body for helping with mobility. And
Sure.
there's lots of those in shelters and rescues, and we want to try to save a dog and help a person. So.
Sure. Isn't that good? And you say the labs, the mixed breed labs?
We use whatever, if there are labs that we think would meet our requirements, we'll take a full blood lab, full bred, or we have used some mixes as well. My demonstration dog I have right now is a lab mix. So they are good, sturdy dogs for what we train them to do.
They're like CNI dogs, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you use these for that purpose. It could be a limb or something, ailment.
Right. They are actually a service dog. They are trained to do a service, a task for a person. We don't train guide dogs. Guide dogs are more dogs that lead those dealing with a visual impairment. So we don't do guide dogs, but we do train service skills.
Bradley, you need one of them.
I know. I'm still missing my puppy dog that passed away last fall.
Yeah, you need to get another one.
I know.
I've got one ordered. Of course, not a farm dog, but a border collie.
Oh, you do?
It's not here yet.
Okay, it was a smart choice
It's
on
not-
your part.
Yeah, it's not been born yet, but it's almost to be.
Okay, all right.
I thought I would get one. I think he's thinking about it too.
Well, I've got to talk to the other half, but to get that approved.
The wise one.
That's a good idea on your part, yes.
The wise partner of that partnership.
Oh.
So there's some people around somewhat local that have farm dogs, correct?
Yes. We've placed one in a couple actually in Ravenwood, Missouri, and Fairport, and the farthest one away we placed in Beaver City, Nebraska, and we have some down in South Missouri, Paris, Missouri. So just want to try to help as many farmers as we can, no matter where they're located.
Sure.
We're kind of on a limited budget. We are a small nonprofit, all farmers ourselves, no corporate sponsorship. So
you do take donations and stuff like that. That's what
do.
funds this farm dog program.
Yes, we take donations and written some small grants to continue the funding because we travel to the farm. Once we place a dog, we travel to the farm and we like to stay a couple of days with the farmer so that we can train them with what the commands are and to make sure they're comfortable with the dog. Sometimes we have to, what they call dog break the cattle. You have to get the cattle used to the dog.
Sure.
And you have to break them off in smaller, groups so that they get used to the dog.
Do they buy these dogs, these people?
The farmers do not buy the dogs. It's
Donated.
Yes, we donate the dog.
Wow.
Sometimes we work with vocational rehabilitation, and they will help pay for the training at times. But no one in our group receives a salary. We have a trainer in Plattsburgh and a trainer in Packwood, Iowa. And so...
you do some training also, don't you?
Yeah, do some of the training as well. So we're going to be starting with a new puppy here before too long, and we'll see how that goes.
That'll be a pain, won't it?
Yes, the potty breaking and the kennel training is not the most fun part, but it's part of it when you're dealing with the surface.
I'm still trying to do that with Bradley and Miles in the studio.
You get your work cut out for you then, don't you?
Yes, I do. You understand you feel my pain.
What button was it over here that kills Randy's mic? Was it mic 2 or mic 3? I just hit this one, right?
Leave him alone. He's working very hard over there.
Oh, yeah. He's drinking coffee. I think he's going back to sleep. Oh.
This is how did you come up with this idea and when? Because this is amazing to me and then it's all, there's no money. I mean, outside of donations, there's
true.
And that's.
Yes.
That's another thing we want to bring this on because...
Well, I appreciate you saying that. It does take money to make the world go around, But actually, we first thought of the idea in 2005. We've always used dogs on our farm to help with the cattle. And training dogs is nothing new. But I actually passed one of those wooden carved signs in someone's yard, and it was spelled the farm, Pharm. And I thought, well, the world needs another acronym.
Sure.
So that could be turned into Pets Helping Agriculture in Rural Missouri. And the idea was to just train dogs to help farmers in whatever their specific need was.
Yeah.
So we became a nonprofit in 2012. And that's kind of how that all started, and thought we would just start in Northwest Missouri and try to get a dog placed. And then it kind of grew from there.
So is there someone else involved with this? I mean, I know you got the trainers, but was this pretty much your idea?
Yes, this was me, myself, and I.
Wow.
And I used to carry
What
around.
a blessing you are to so many people.
Well, that's nice of you to say, Randy.
Well, it's just the way it is.
Well, I appreciate that.
God's using you.
I try to help where we can, and then go from there. So,
So the trainers, I'm just trying to get this in my head because, like I said, I hadn't heard of this until recently. So if someone has a need, what do they contact you, or does?
Yes, yes, that's how they go about doing that. We have a website. And they can contact us that way, and we'll visit with them about what their needs are, and then we'll start training for what their
Well, let's sneak out of here for a minute. We'll come back and find out more about Pharm Dog.
Sounds great.
Let's see, Bradley, what all we got coming up? We got Lady and Ag.
Lady and Ag.
Yeah.
We have our
Focus on the Farmer.
and you'll have your Bible verse.
Gotta go. We'll be right back with more Bull Session 680 KFEQ.